Nike, proudly supporting the athletes of today and inspiring the ones of tomorrow. Nike, the official partner of USA Gymnastics. Pics, or it didn't happen. Share your event highlights, cutest selfies, and most thrilling moments of the competition. Use the hashtag Xfinity Champs on social media to stay up to date on everything happening at the Xfinity US Championships.
For me, wellness is hardcore. Definitely chill core. Run core. Yoga core. Cardio core. Spin core. Fit core. Wellness is just whatever works for you.
Core Hydration believes that wellness is whatever works for you. Find your balance. Find your core. Visit Core Hydration. Core Hydration is a proud partner of USA Gymnastics.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here. Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey,
we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again? Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
The Xfinity US Gymnastics Championships is brought to you by the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now with Xfinity. Welcome to the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Championships here at SAP Center in San Jose, California, USA. And welcome to our live streaming audience watching around the world on YouTube, powered by USA Gymnastics. Today's competition features the nation's top junior elite men's gymnasts. They're all here in San Jose, pursuing event medals, focusing on a time-honored spot on Team USA, and vying to become this year's Xfinity U.S. All-Around Champion. And now the junior men's gymnasts that are here to compete in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Starting off on pommel horse for above the bar, Tristan Nye. For Central Coast, David Ramirez. For Roswell, Gage Cayley. For Lakeshore Academy, Kai Uemura. For Metropolitan, Jonas Oltz. For Legacy, Sean Smith. For Lakeshore Academy, Alexander Shibitov. And for Eagle Ridge, Nardi Brady. Starting off on rings for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosiuk. For Hayden's, Grant Bowers. For U.S. Military Academy, Dante Reed. For Lone Star, Isaac Koo. For Interstate, Divier Ramos. For Center Elite, Dylan Kramer. For Gymkhana, Devin Gopal. And for Great Northern, Bodie Ticknor. Starting off on vault for Evo, Zach Myers. For Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. For Evo, Felipe Junqueira. For Evo, Benjamin Aguilar. For Evo, Jake Prabhakaran. For Gym Cats, Brendan Friel. For Evo, Danila Lakin. And for Evo, Alex Dubler. Starting off on parallel bars. For Cypress Academy, John Cronmiller. For Cypress Academy, Kieran Mandava. For Cypress Academy, Joshua Haney. For Cypress Academy, Mason Heath. For 5280, Joey Nieves. And for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong. Starting off on high bar. For agility, Justin Park. For Scats, Wade Nelson. For Emerge, Gage Kyle. For agility, Nathan Roman. For Hocking Valley, Noah Copeland. For Meadowlands, Hassan Edogdu. And for Capital City Flips, Cooper Kim. And starting off on floor, for Houston Gymnastics Academy, Cash Johnston. For Capital, Michael Shiner. For Impact, Alex Knoll. For Sunburst, Adam Lacombe. For Gymnastics Olympica USA, Wyatt Reynolds. And for Gymnastics Olympica USA, Nick Dang. These are the junior men competing in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. At this time, we invite you to please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to our nation's colors for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Gymnasts may now prepare for competition in today's Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 1. This is the second day of 2 days of competition for junior men. Individual event scores and up to the moment standings will appear on the arena scoreboards. Each day's scores will be combined to determine final placement on each apparatus and in the all-around competition. An award ceremony will follow today's final session, honoring the top 3 in the 16-year division and top 3 in the 17-year division on each apparatus and in the all-around competition. Gymnasts that opt to compete with 2 vaults will be eligible for vault medals. Today's Junior Men's Award Ceremony at the end of competition will also include Team USA selections for 2023. Each gymnastics routine will be judged on the merits of content and athletic execution of that content. The score for each routine is determined by adding together the routine's difficulty score and execution score. And now, introducing the USA Gymnastics judges for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships men's competition. The Superior Jury and Video Review Panel, Dan Buckman and Butch Zunich. Judging on floor, Peter Wigan, Lenny Lucarello, Garrett DeJong, and Tom Kutz. Judging on pommel horse are Michael Ash, Nate Dodson, Nat Hammond, and Andy Brown. The judges on rings are John Corbett, Brian Meeker, Mike Jussick, and Cameron Sweeney. Judging on vault are Ron Hill, George Crank, Mark Sherman, and Lynn Bowman. The judges at parallel bars are Craig Nesbitt, Dave Johnson, Tom McNamee, and Kevin Menz. And judging high bar are Scott Schaefer, Mick Kurth, Tim Michaels, and Sho Nakamori.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
This concludes the warm-up, and competition begins with the start of rotation 1. Starting off on floor for HGA, Cash Johnston. On pommel horse for above the bar, Tristan Nye. On rings for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosiuk. On vault for Evo, Zach Myers. On parallel bars for Cypress Academy, John Cronmiller. And now on high bar for agility, Justin Park. Tristan Nye of above the bar on pommel horse. Zach Myers of Evo on vault. Sasha Boganosiuk of Gymkhana on rings. John Cronmiller of Cypress Academy on parallel bars. Justin Park of agility on high bar. Now on pommel horse for Central Coast, David Ramirez. Coming up next on rings for Hayden's will be Grant Bowers. Cash Johnston of HGA on floor. Up next on floor for Capital will be Michael Shiner. Coming up next on vault for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. Up next on P-bars for Cypress will be Kieran Mandava. And coming up next on high bar for Scats, Wade Nelson. Ty Rodriguez of Gym Tech on vault. David Ramirez of Central Coast on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommel horse for Roswell will be Gage Kelly. Up next on vault for Evo, Felipe Junqueira. Kieran Mandava of Cypress Academy on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Cypress will be Joshua Haney. Felipe Junqueira of Evo on vault. Grant Bowers of Hayden's on rings. Coming up next on vault for Evo will be Benjamin Aguilar. Up next on rings for Army, Dante Reed. Gage Kelly of Roswell on pommel horse. Wade Nelson of Scats on high bar. Michael Shiner of Capital on floor. Coming up next on floor for Impact will be Alex Noel. Coming up next on pommel horse for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. Up next on high bar for Emerge, Gage Kyle. Benjamin Aguilar of Evo on vault. Up next on vault for Evo will be Jake Prabhakaran. Joshua Haney of Cypress Academy on parallel bars. Up next on P bars for Cypress Academy will be Mason Heath. Dante Reeve of Army on rings. Up next on rings for Lone Star, Isaac Koo. Jake Prabhakaran of Evo on vault. Nathan Broman. Gage Kyle of Emerge on high bar. Coming up next on vault for Gym Cats will be Brendan Friel. Up next on high bar for agility, Nathan Roman. Alex Knoll of Impact on floor. Coming up next on floor for Sunburst will be Adam Lacomi. Kai Uemura of Lakeshore on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Metropolitan, Jonas Oltz. Brendan Friel of Gym Cats on vault. Mason Heath of Cypress Academy on parallel bars. Coming up next on P bars for 5280, Joey Nieves. Now on vault for Evo, Danila Lakin. Nathan Roman of Agility on high bar. Danila Lakin of Evo on vault. Adam Lacomi of Sunburst on floor. Up next on floor for Gymnastics Olympica USA will be Wyatt Reynolds. Coming up next on vault for Evo, Alex Dubler. Jonas Oltz of Metropolitan on pommel horse. Coming up next on high bar for Hocking Valley will be Noah Copeland. Up next on pommel horse for Legacy will be Sean Smith. Alex Dubler of Evo on vault. Isaac Koo of Lone Star on rings. Correction, that was Divier Ramos of Interstate on rings. Joey Nieves of 5280 on parallel bars. Up next on rings for Center Elite will be Dylan Kramer. Sean Smith of Legacy on pommel horse. Noah Copeland of Hocking Valley on high bar. Coming up next on pommel horse for Lake Shore will be Alexander Shibetov. Up next on high bar for Meadowlands will be Hassani Dogdu. Coming up next on parallel bars for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong. Wyatt Reynolds of Gymnastics Olympica on floor. Up next on floor for Gymnastics Olympica will be Nick Deng. Dylan Kramer of Center Elite on rings. Coming up on rings for Gymkhana will be Devin Gopal. Xander Hong of Cypress Academy on parallel bars. Hassani Dogdu of Meadowlands on high bar. Nardi Brady of Eagle Ridge on pommel horse. Coming up next on high bar for Capital City Flips will be Cooper Kim. Devin Gopal of Gymkhana on rings. Coming up next on rings for Great Northern will be Bodie Ticknor. Nick Deng of Gymnastics Olympica on floor. Cooper Kim of Capital City Flips on high bar. Bodie Ticknor of Great Northern on rings. This concludes competition in the first rotation of the second day of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now advance to their second event. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 2.
For me, wellness is hardcore. Definitely chill core. Run core. Yoga core. Cardio core. Spin core. Fit core. Wellness is just whatever works for you. After 6 rotations of competition on Thursday and 1 today at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, here are your leaders in the all-around. First, with the 16-year division, in third place for Gym Tech is Ty Rodriguez. Second place for Evo, Dania Lakin. And leading the way with a 91.618 in the all-around so far for agility, Nathan Roman.
And in the 17-year division, here are your top three. In third place for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong. In second place for Cypress Academy, Kieran Mandava. And leading the way for Lakeshore with an all-around score of 97.17, Kai Uemura. They are your leaders heading into the second rotation of the second day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 2. Starting off on floor for Scats, Wade Nelson. On pommel horse for Capital, Michael Shiner. On rings for Central Coast, David Ramirez. On vault for Hayden's, Grant Bowers. On parallel bars for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. And on high bar for Cypress Academy, Kieran Mandava. Grant Bowers of Hayden's on vault. Coming up next on vault for Army will be Dante Reed. Michael Shiner of Capital on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Impact will be Alex Knoll. Ty Rodriguez of Gym Tech on parallel bars. Kieran Mandava of Cypress Academy on high bar. Wade Nelson of Scats on floor. David Ramirez of Central Coast on rings. Up next on floor for Emerge will be Gage Kyle. Coming up next on pommel horse, Alex Knoll for Impact. Up next on rings for Roswell will be Gage Calley. Dante Reeve of Army on vault. Coming up on parallel bars for Evo, Felipe Junqueira. And coming up next on high bar for Cypress Academy, Joshua Haney. Isaac Koo of Lone Star on vault. Coming up next on vault for Interstate will be Divier Ramos. Felipe Junqueira of Evo on parallel bars.
Up next on parallel bars for Evo will be Benjamin Aguilar. Gage Kelly of Roswell on rings. Up next on rings for Lake Shore will be Kai Uemura. Javier Ramos of Interstate on vault. Gage Kyle of Emerge on floor. Up next on floor for agility will be Nathan Roman. Joshua Haney of Cypress Academy on high bar. Up next on high bar for Cypress Academy, Mason Heath. Coming up on vault for Center Elite, Dylan Kramer. Alex Knoll of Impact on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Sunburst will be Adam Lacombe. Dylan Kramer of Center Elite on vault. Benjamin Aguilar of Evo on parallel bars. Up next on vault for Gymkhana will be Devin Gopal. Coming up next on parallel bars for Evo, Jake Prabhakaran. Kai Uemura of Lake Shore on rings. Up next on rings for Metropolitan will be Jonah Soltz. Mason Heath of Cypress Academy on high bar. Up next on high bar for 5280 will be Joey Nieves. Adam Lacombe of Sunburst on pommel horse. Devin Gopal of Gymkhana on vault. Up next on pommel horse for Gymnastics Olympica will be Wyatt Reynolds. Coming up on vault for Great Northern will be Bodie Ticknor. Nathan Roman of Agility on floor. Coming up next on floor for Hocking Valley will be Noah Copeland. Jonah Soltz of Metropolitan on rings. Bodie Ticknor of Great Northern on vault. Up next on vault for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosiuk. Up next on rings for Legacy will be Sean Smith. Now on P-bars for Gymcats, Brendan Friel. Wyatt Reynolds of Gymnastics Olympica on pommel horse.
Brendan Friel of Gym Cats on parallel bars. Sasha Boganosiuk of Gymkhana on vault. Up next on pommel horse for Gymnastics Olympica will be Nick Dang. Up next on parallel bars for Evo will be Danila Lakin. Joey Nieves of 5280 on high bar. Sean Smith of Legacy on rings. Noah Copeland of Hocking Valley on floor. Coming up next on high bar for Cypress Academy will be Xander Hong. Up next on rings for Lake Shore, Alexander Shibata. And up next on floor for Meadowlands, Hassan Edogdu. Xander Hong of Cypress Academy on high bar. Danila Lakin of Evo on parallel bars. Coming up next on parallel bars for Evo will be Alex Stubler. Coming up next on high bar for Cypress Academy will be John Cronmiller. Nick Dang of Gymnastics Olympica on pommel horse. Coming up on pommels for HGA, Cash Johnston. Alexander Shibetov of Lakeshore on rings. Hassan Edogdu of Meadowlands on floor. Coming up next on floor for Capital City Flips, Cooper Kim. Coming up next on rings for Eagle Ridge will be Nardi Brady. John Cronmiller of Cypress Academy on high bar. Darty Brady of Eagle Ridge on rings. Up next on rings for Above the Bar will be Tristan Nye. Alex Dubler of Evo on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Evo will be Zach Myers. Cooper Kim of Capital City Flips on floor. Coming up next on floor for agility will be Justin Park. Cash Johnston of HGA on pommel horse. Kristen Nye of Above the Bar on rings. Zach Myers of Evo on parallel bars. Justin Park of agility on floor. This concludes competition in rotation 2. Gymnasts may now advance to their third event on the second day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 3. Heading into the third rotation on the second day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men. Here are your top three in the all-around, starting off with the 16-year division. Currently in third place for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. In second place for Evo, Tania Lakin. And leading the way with a 105.429 in the all-around for agility, Nathan Roman. And we take a look now at the 17-year division. Currently in third place in the all-around for Cypress Academy, Xander Hahn. In second place for Cypress, Kieran Mandava. And leading the way with a 110.608 in the all-around, Lakeshore's Kai Uemura. Those are your leaders heading into rotation 3 on day 2 of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 3. Starting off on floor for Cypress Academy, Joshua Haney. On pommel horse for Emerge, Gage Kyle. On rings for Impact, Alex Knoll. On vault for Roswell, Gage Kelly. On parallel bars for Army, Dante Reeve. And on high bar for Evo, Philippe Juncada. Gage Kelly of Roswell on vault. Coming up next on vault for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. Gage Kyle of Emerge on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Agility, Nathan Roman. Felipe Junqueda of Evo on high bar. Up next on high bar for Evo will be Benjamin Aguilar. Alex Knoll of Impact on rings. Up next on rings for Sunburst, Adam Lacombe. Dante Reeve of Army on P-bars. Up next on P-bars for Lone Star, Isaac Koo. Joshua Haney of Cypress Academy on floor. Up next on floor for Cypress, Mason Heath. Kai Uemura of Lakeshore on vault. Coming up next on vault for Metropolitan, Jonah Soltz. Nathan Roman of Agility on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Hocking Valley will be Noah Copeland. Jonah Soltz of Metropolitan on vault. Up next on vault for Legacy will be Sean Smith. Adam Lacombe of Sunburst on rings. Up next on rings for Gymnastics Olympica will be Wyatt Reynolds. Isaac Koo of Lone Star on parallel bars. Benjamin Aguilar of Evo on high bar. Noah Copeland of Hocking Valley on pommel horse. Mason Heath of Cypress Academy on floor. And Benjamin Aguilar of Evo on high bar. Sean Smith of Legacy on vault. Coming up next on floor for 5280 will be Joey Nieves. Up next on pommel horse for Meadowlands, Hassan Edogdu. Coming up next on vault for Lakeshore, Alexander Shibetov. Up next on parallel bars for Interstate will be Divier Ramos. And coming up next on high bar for Evo, Jake Prabhakaran.
Wyatt Reynolds of Gymnastics Olympica on rings. Alexander Shibitov of Lakeshore on vault. Coming up on rings for Gymnastics Olympica, Nick Deng. Up next on vault for Eagle Ridge, Nardi Brady. Divier Ramos of Interstate on parallel bars. Jake Prabhakaran of Evo on high bar. Hassan Edogdu of Meadowlands on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Capital City Flips will be Cooper Kim. Coming up on parallel bars for Center Elite, Dylan Kramer. Up next on high bar for Gym Cats, Brendan Friel. Nardi Brady of Eagle Ridge on vault. Up next on vault for Above the Bar, Tristan Nye. Joey Nieves of 5280 on floor. Coming up next on floor for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong. Nick Deng of Gymnastics Olympica on rings. Up next on rings for HGA, Cash Johnston. Dylan Kramer of Center Elite on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Gymkhana will be Devin Gopal. Tristan Nye of Above the Bar on vault. Up next on vault for Central Coast will be David Ramirez. Brendan Friel of Gym Cats on high bar. Up next on high bar for Evo, Danila Lakin. Cooper Kim of Capital City Flips on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommel horse for agility will be Justin Park. David Ramirez of Central Coast on vault. Xander Hong of Cypress Academy on floor. Coming up next on floor for Cypress will be John Cronmiller. Cash Johnston of HGA on rings. Devin Gopal of Gymkhana on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Great Northern will be Bodie Ticknor. Coming up on rings for Capital, Michael Shiner.
Dustin Park of Agility on Pommel Horse. Up next on Pommels for Scats will be Wade Nelson. Danila Lakin of Evo on High Bar. Coming up next on High Bar for Evo, Alex Dubler. John Cronmiller of Cypress Academy on floor. Up next on floor for Cypress will be Kieran Mandava. Bodie Ticknor of Great Northern on parallel bars. Michael Scheider of Capital on rings. Now on parallel bars for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosiuk. Alex Dubler of Evo on High Bar. Coming up next on High Bar for Evo, Zach Myers. Sasha Boganosiuk of Gymkhana on parallel bars. Up next on P bars for Hayden's Grant Bowers. Kieran Mandava of Cypress Academy on floor. Grant Bowers of Hayden's on parallel bars. Jack Myers of Evo on high bar. Coming up next on high bar for Gym Tech will be Ty Rodriguez. Ty Rodriguez of Gym Tech on high bar. This concludes competition in the third rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their fourth event at the halfway point of the second day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 4.
There's no ordinary in gymnastics. Gymnasts have to fly above and beyond normal, and so does everyone around them. Every stitch we make here at GK is geared toward helping athletes reach higher, think bigger, and accomplish more. This extraordinary approach shows in our beautiful handcrafted, made in the USA leotard designs. Gymnasts sense the difference in the quality, fit, and function of a GK Leo. GK, be extraordinary.
You gotta fly high start the landing.
Wow. I mean, air awareness and a cat-like ability to find the landing.
Who is the newest member of USA Gymnastics? It's the new mascot. The USA Gym store on the concourse has kid-sized t-shirts and hoodie shirts, or buy online at usagymstore.com. Hey fans, now that you've met the new USA Gymnastics mascot, we need your help to name it. Visit the USA Gymnastics Instagram account and check out our story to suggest a name for the mascot. Go to @USAGym on Instagram to share your ideas. The mascot's name will be unveiled right here tomorrow night at SAP Center. Here we are at the halfway point of the second day of competition for junior men at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Let's take a look and see who's leading the all-around first in the 16-year division. Currently in third place for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. In second place for agility, Nathan Roman. And now leading with a 118.715 in the all-around for Evo, Dania Lakin. And in the 17-year division, currently in third place for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong. In second place for Cypress Academy, Kieran Mandava. And your leader with an all-around score of 124.408 for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. They are your leaders heading into rotation 4 on the second day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior Men. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 4. Starting off on floor for Evo, Benjamin Aguilar. On the pommel horse, Cypress Academy's Mason Heath. On rings for agility, Nathan Roman. Starting off on vault for Sunburst, Adam Lacombe. On parallel bars for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. And starting off on high bar for Lone Star, Isaac Koo. Adam Lacombe of Sunburst on vault. Coming up next on vault for Gymnastics Olympica, Wyatt Reynolds.
Nathan Roman of agility on rings. Kai Uemura of Lakeshore on parallel bars. Coming up next on P-Bars for Metropolitan will be Jonah Soltz. Up next on rings for Hocking Valley, Noah Copeland. Wyatt Reynolds of Gymnastics Olympica on vault. Benjamin Aguilar of Evo on floor. Isaac Koo of Lone Star on high bar. Mason Heath of Cypress Academy on pommel horse. Coming up next on floor for Evo, Jake Prabhakaran. Up next on pommel horse for 5280, Joey Nieves. Coming up on vault for Gymnastics Olympica, Nick Deng. And next on high bar for Interstate, Divier Ramos. Nick Deng of Gymnastics Olympica on vault. Noah Copeland of Hocking Valley on rings. Up next on vault for HGA, Cash Johnston. Coming up on rings for Meadowlands, Hassan Edogdu. Jonah Soltz of Metropolitan on parallel bars. Divier Ramos of Interstate on high bar. Up next on parallel bars for Legacy, Sean Smith. Coming up on high bar for Center Elite, Dylan Kramer. Cash Johnston of HGA on vault. Joey Nieves of 5280 on pommel horse. Coming up next on vault for Capital will be Michael Shiner. Sean Smith of Legacy on parallel bars. Up next on P-Bars for Lake Shore will be Alexander Shibatov. Coming up on Up next on pommel horse for Cypress Academy will be Xander Hong. Hassan Edogdu of Meadowlands on rings. Michael Shiner of Capital on vault. Coming up next on rings for Capital City Flips, Cooper Kim. Up next on vault for Impact, Alex Knoll. Dylan Kramer of Center Elite on high bar. Up next on floor for Gym Cats, Brendan Friel. Now on pommel horse for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong.
Coming up on high bar for Gymkhana will be Devin Gopal. Xander Hong of Cypress Academy on pommel horse. Alex Knoll of Impact on vault. Cooper Kim of Capital City Flips on rings. Alexander Shibitov of Lake Shore on parallel bars. Coming up next on pommel horse for Cypress Academy will be John Cronmiller. Up next on rings for agility will be Justin Park. Coming up on parallel bars for Eagle Ridge, Nardi Brady. Brendan Friel of Gym Cats on floor. Up next on floor for Evo, Danila Lakin. John Cronmiller of Cypress Academy on pommel horse. Devin Gopal of Gymkhana on high bar. Up next on pommels for Cypress Academy will be Kieran Mandava. Coming up on high bar for Great Northern, Bodie Ticknor. Justin Park of agility on rings. Coming up on rings for Scats will be Wade Nelson. Nardi Brady of Eagle Ridge on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for above the bar, Tristan Nye. Danila Lakin of Evo on floor. Bodie Ticknor of Great Northern on high bar. Kieran Mandava of Cypress Academy on pommel horse. Coming up next on floor for Evo will be Alex Dubler. Up next on pommel horse for Cypress, Joshua Haney. And coming up on high bar for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosiuk. Wade Nelson of Scats on rings. Coming up next on rings for Emerge, Gage Kyle. Tristan Nye of Above the Bar on parallel bars. Joshua Haney of Cypress Academy on pommel horse. Sasha Boganosiuk of Gymkhana on high bar. Up next on high bar for Hayden's will be Grant Bowers. Up next on parallel bars for Central Coast, David Ramirez. Alex Dubler of Evo on floor. Up next on floor for Evo, Zach Myers. Gage Kyle of Emerge on rings. David Ramirez of Central Coast on parallel bars. Up next on P bars for Roswell will be Gage Kelly. Grant Bowers of Hayden's on high bar. Coming up on high bar for Army, Dante Reeve. Gage Kelly of Roswell on parallel bars. Dante Reeve of Army on high bar. Zach Myers of Evo on floor. Coming up next on floor for Gym Tech will be Ty Rodriguez. Ty Rodriguez of Gym Tech on floor. Coming up next on floor for Evo will be Felipe Junqueira. Felipe Junqueira of Evo on floor. This concludes competition in the fourth rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their fifth event in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 5. 2 rotations left in the competition known as the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men. Let's take a look at the all-around, starting with the 16-year division. In 3rd place for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. In 2nd place for agility, Nathan Roman. And leading the way with a 131.632 in the all-around for Evo, Dania Lakin. Taking a look at the 17-year division, currently in 3rd place for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong. In 2nd place for Cypress Academy, Kieran Mandava. And leading the way with a 138.227 in the all-around for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. They are your leaders with 2 rotations remaining in junior men's competition at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 5. Starting off on floor for Interstate, Divier Ramos. On pommel horse for Evo, Jake Prabhakaran. On rings for 5280, Joey Nieves. On vault for Hocking Valley, Noah Copeland. On parallel bars for Gymnastics Olympica, Wyatt Reynolds. And now on high bar for Metropolitan, Jonah Soltz. Noah Copeland of Hocking Valley on vault. Up next on vault for Meadowlands will be Hassan Edogdu. Wyatt Reynolds of Gymnastics Olympica on parallel bars. Joey Nieves of 5280 on rings. Divier Ramos of Interstate on floor. Up next on floor for Center Elite will be Dylan Kramer. Coming up on pommel horse will be Brendan Friel. Hassan Edogdu of Meadowlands on vault. Up next on rings for Cyprus will be Xander Hong. Coming up on parallel bars for Gymnastics Olympica, Nick Deng. Jonah Soltz of Metropolitan on high bar. Up next on high bar for Legacy will be Sean Smith. Coming up on vault for Capital City Flips, Cooper Kim. Brendan Friel of Gym Cats on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Evo, Dania Lakin. Cooper Kim of Capital City Flips on vault. Coming up on vault for agility will be Justin Park.
Xander Hong of Cypress Academy on rings. Nick Dang of Gymnastics Olympica on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for HGA will be Cash Johnston. Sean Smith of Legacy on high bar. Justin Park of Agility on vault. Coming up on vault for Scats, Wade Nelson. Danila Lakin of Evo on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Evo, Alex Dubler. Coming up on high bar for Lake Shore, Alexander Shibitov. Xander Hong of Cypress Academy on rings. Coming up next on rings. Correction, that was John Cronmiller on rings for Cypress Academy. Up next on rings for Cypress, Kiran Mandava. Now on floor for Gymkhana, Devin Gopal. Wade Nelson of Scats on vault. Cash Johnston of HGA on parallel bars. Up next on vault for Emerge will be Gage Kyle. Coming up next on P-bars for Capital, Michael Shiner. Alex Dubler of Evo on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Evo, Zach Myers. Devin Gopal of Gymkhana on floor. Gage Kyle of Emerge on vault. Kiran Mandava of Cypress Academy on rings. Coming up next on rings for Cypress, Joshua Haney. Coming up on floor for Great Northern, Bodie Ticknor. Up next on vault for Agility, Nathan Roman. Alexander Shibitov of Lakeshore on high bar. Up next on high bar for Eagle Ridge will be Nardi Brady. Michael Shiner of Capital on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Impact, Alex Knoll. Nathan Roman of Agility on vault. Joshua Haney of Cypress Academy on rings. Up next on rings for Cypress will be Mason Heath. Bodie Ticknor of Great Northern on floor. Zach Myers of Evo on pommel horse. Coming up next on floor for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosiuk. Up next on pommel horse for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. Alex Knoll of Impact on parallel bars. Coming up next on P-bars for Sunburst will be Adam Lacombe. Nardi Brady of Eagle Ridge on high bar. Up next on high bar for above the bar, Tristan Nye. Ty Rodriguez of Gym Tech on pommel horse. Mason Heath of Cypress Academy on rings. Coming up on pommel horse for Evo, Felipe Junqueira. Adam Lacombe of Sunburst on parallel bars. Tristan Nye of Above the Bar on high bar. Sasha Boganosiuk of Gymkhana on floor. Up next on floor for Hayden's will be Grant Bowers. Coming up on high bar for Central Coast will be David Ramirez. Felipe Junqueira of Evo on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Evo will be Benjamin Aguilar.
David Ramirez of Central Coast on high bar. Coming up next on high bar for Roswell will be Gage Kelly. Brent Bowers of Hayden's on floor. Coming up next on floor for Army will be Dante Reeb. Benjamin Aguilar of Evo on pommel horse. Dante Reeb of Army on floor. Gage Kelly of Roswell on high bar. Coming up next on floor for Lone Star will be Isaac Koo. Up next on high bar for Lakeshore will be Kai Uemura. Kai Uemura of Lakeshore on high bar, and Isaac Koo of Lone Star on floor. This concludes competition in the 5th rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their 6th and final event of the 2023 Xfinity Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 6. And now, with one rotation remaining for junior men at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, here are your leaders in the all-around. For the 16-year division, currently in third place for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez.
In second place for Evo, Danila Lakin. And leading the way with a 144.217 in the all-around for agility, Nathan Roman. And now, leading the way among juniors in the 17-year division. Currently in third place for Cypress Academy, Xander Hahn. In second place for Cypress Academy, Kieran Mandava. And leading the way with a 151.703 in the all-around for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. They are your leaders with a final rotation to go at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 6. Starting off on floor for Legacy, Sean Smith. On pommel horse for Center Elite, Dylan Kramer. On rings for Gym Cats, Brendan Friel. On vault for Cypress Academy, Xander Hahn. On parallel bars for Meadowlands, Hassan Idogdu. And on high bar for Gymnastics Olympica USA, Nick Dang. Xander Hahn of Cypress Academy on vault. Dylan Kramer of Center Elite on pommel horse. Up next on vault for Cypress, John Conmiller. Up next on pommel horse for Gymkhana, Devin Gopal. Nick Dang of Gymnastics Olympica USA on high bar. Brendan Friel of Gym Cats on rings. Sean Smith of Legacy on floor. Coming up next on floor for Lakeshore, Alexander Shibata. Coming up next on rings for Evo, Danila Lakin. John Cronmiller of Cypress Academy on vault. Hassan Idogdu of Meadowlands on parallel bars. Coming up next on vault for Cypress Academy, Kieran Mandava. Coming up on parallel bars for Capital City Flips, Cooper Kim. And up next on high bar for HGA, Cash Johnston. Devin Gopal of Gymkhana on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Great Northern, Bodie Ticknor. Kieran Mandava of Cypress Academy on vault. Up next on vault for Cypress will be Joshua Haney. Danila Lakin of Evo on rings.
Up next on rings for Evo will be Alex Dubler. Alexander Shibitov of Lakeshore on floor. Cash Johnston of HCA on high bar. Bodie Ticknor of Great Northern on pommel horse. Coming up next on floor for Eagle Ridge, Nardi Brady. Up next on pommel horse for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosiuk. Coming up on high bar for Capital will be Michael Shiner. Joshua Haney of Cypress Academy on vault. Cooper Kim of Capital City Flips on parallel bars. Up next on vault for Cypress Academy, Mason Heath. Coming up on parallel bars for agility, Justin Park. Alex Dubler of Evo on rings. Up next on rings for Evo, Zach Myers. Mason Heath of Cypress Academy on vault. Up next on vault for 5280, Joey Nieves. Sasha Boganosiuk of Gymkhana on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Hayden's, Grant Bowers. Michael Shiner of Capital on high bar. Up next on high bar for Impact, Alex Knoll. Nardi Brady of Eagle Ridge on floor. Up next on floor for above the bar, Tristan Nye. Joey Nieves of 5280 on vault. Zach Myers of Evo on rings. Coming up next on rings for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. Justin Park of Agility on P-Bars. Up next on P-Bars for Scats, Wade Nelson. Grant Bowers of Hayden's on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Army, Dante Reeve. Alex Knoll of Impact on high bar. Dante Reeve of Army on pommel horse. Ty Rodriguez of Gym Tech on rings. Coming up next on pommel horse for Lone Star, Isaac Koo. Up next on rings for Evo will be Felipe Junqueira. Wade Nelson of Scats on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Emerge, Gage Kyle. Coming up on high bar for Sunburst will be Adam Lacombe. Tristan Nye of Above the Bar on floor. Up next on floor for Central Coast, David Ramirez. Adam Lacombe of Sunburst on high bar. Up next on high bar for Gymnastics Olympica USA, Wyatt Reynolds. Felipe Junqueira of Evo on rings. Coming up next on rings for Evo, Benjamin Aguilar. Isaac Koo of Lone Star on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Interstate, Divya Ramos. Gage Kyle of Emerge on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for agility will be Nathan Roman. Wyatt Reynolds of Gymnastics Olympica USA on high bar. David Ramirez of Central Coast on floor. Benjamin Aguilar of Evo on rings. Divya Ramos of Interstate on pommel horse. Up next on floor for Roswell will be Gage Kelly. Up next on rings for Evo will be Jake Prabhakaran. Nathan Roman of agility on parallel bars. Up next on P-Bars for Hocking Valley will be Noah Copeland. Jake Prabhakaran of Evo on rings. Gage Kelly of Roswell on floor. Coming up on floor for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. Noah Copeland of Hocking Valley on parallel bars. Now on floor for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. Kai Uemura of Lakeshore on floor. Coming up next on floor for Metropolitan will be Jonah Soltz. Jonas Holt of Metropolitan on floor. This concludes competition for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men. Please join us in recognizing all of these talented athletes. We are now just moments away from the presentation of awards. Consider this your personal invitation to join us for the medal ceremony, honoring the top athletes of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men. We'll also be introducing to the world for the very first time your 2023 Junior Men's Team USA. Great thanks to you, judges, for all of your hard work and dedication for this competition. Gymnastics fans, as we await the start of the award ceremony, please make plans to join us tomorrow at 3:10 p.m. to celebrate 15 years of the 2008 Olympic team anniversary. The entire men's and women's team will be here, and we want fans to pack the stands for this grand reunion to cheer for this amazing team.
I see the sunrise and it's breaking my heart. It never stays up long enough to recharge. 7 billion lives we could lie down, and everyone feels like we're lost now.
Wow.
That we're too far just to hit the restart. I need to feel the sunlight, like the earth never changed her mind. I need to feel the sunshine, let it burn through the darkest time. Oh, let it burn through the ceiling. Oh, let it burn through the dead. Oh, let it burn till the dark never steals the light.
I am so excited.
At this time, we'd like to take a moment for a very special presentation. This afternoon, we recognize someone who has gone above and beyond in this past year for the men's program of USA Gymnastics. Fans, please join us in honoring your 2023 Junior Development Coach of the Year, Felipe Mendoza of Roswell Gymnastics. Presenting the award on behalf of USA Gymnastics, Chief Programs Officer Stephanie Corpin. Felipe Mendoza, Roswell Gymnastics, your 2023 Junior Development Coach of the Year. At this time, we present the Individual Apparatus Awards of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. We start with the Floor Awards for juniors in the 16-year division. Finishing in third place with a score of 26.584 for Army, Dante Reed. With a floor score of 26.807, your silver medalist for Lake Shore, Alexander Shibitov. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Championships floor champion with a top score of 27.372 for agility, Nathan Roman. Here they are, your floor medalists among juniors in the 16 division on floor exercise at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And now the floor awards for juniors in the 17-year-old division. Finishing in third place with a score of 27.874 for Lake Shore, Kai Uemura. With a floor score of 27.922 in second place, your silver medalist for Gymkhana, Sasha Boganosian. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships floor champion with a top score of 29.154 for Emerge, Gage Kyle. Here they are, the junior men's floor medalists of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for 17-year-old division. And now the Pommel Horse Awards for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Championships, starting with juniors in the 16-year-old division. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 24.1. For Cypress Academy, John Cronmiller. With a score of 24.15, earning the silver medal. In second place for agility, Nathan Roman. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Pommel Horse Champion with a top score of 25.134 for Evo, Danila Lakin. There they are, your 16 age group junior medalists on pommel horse at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And now the Pommel Horse Awards for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for juniors in the 17-year-old division. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 26.188 for Meadowlands, Hassan Edogu. In second place and earning the silver medal with a score of 27.076 for Cypress Academy, Kiran Mandava. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Pommel Horse Champion with a top score of 28.566 for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. There they are, your junior men's pommel horse medalists in the 17-year age group of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And now the Rings Awards for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Championships. Starting with the 16-year-old division. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 25.4 for Hayden's Gymnastics, Grant Bowers. In second place and earning a silver medal with a score of 26.326 for agility, Nathan Roman. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Rings Champion with a top score of 26.384. Your gold medalist for agility, Justin Parr. There they are, your rings medalists at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And now the award ceremony for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Still Rings competition for junior men in the 17-year-old division. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 26.35 for Cypress Academy, Kiran Mandava. In second place and earning the silver medal with a score of 26.572 for Sunburst, Adam Lacombe. In first place and earning the gold medal with a top score of 26.676, your rings champion for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. There they are, the junior men's rings medalist of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And now, the Vault Awards for junior men at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. We start with the 16-year-old division. We have a three-way tie for third place, earning bronze medals with identical scores of 27.45 for Lone Star, Isaac Koo. For Center Elite, Dylan Kramer. And for Army, Dante Reed. Finishing in second place with a score of 28.3, the silver medalist for Eagle Ridge, Nardi Brady. Your gold medal champion with a top score of 28.86 for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. There they are, your junior medalists in the 16-year-old age group at the 2023 U.S. Gymnastics Championships on vault. And now, the Vault Awards for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men 17-year age group. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 28.06 for Central Coast, David Ramirez. Finishing in second place and earning the silver medal with a score of 29.26 for Scats, Wade Nelson. Finishing in first place with a top score of 29.821, your gold medal champion for Emerge, Gage Kyle. Here they are, the junior men's vault medalists of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for juniors in the 17-year age group. And now the Parallel Bars Awards for the 2023 Junior Men's Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for the 16-year age group. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 25.65 for Evo Zach Myers. In second place and earning the silver medal with a score of 26.988 for Evo Gymnastics, Danila Lakin. And earning top honors with a top score of 27.472. In first place, your gold medal champion for agility, Nathan Roman. There they are, your junior parallel bars medalists for 16-year age group juniors at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And now the Parallel Bars Awards for junior men in the 17-year age group at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 26.722 for Cypress Academy, Kiran Mandava. In second place and earning the silver medal with a score of 27.326. For Cypress Academy, Xander Hahn. Finishing in first place and earning the gold medal with a top score of 27.532, your champion from Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. There they are, the junior men's parallel bars medalists of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men in the 17-year age group. And now the Junior Men's High Bar Awards for the 2023 Men's Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, starting with the 16-year age group. Finishing in third place on High Bar with a score of 25.358. Your bronze medalist for agility, Nathan Roman. In second place with a score of 25.455. The silver medalist for agility, Justin Park. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships High Bar champion with a top score of 28.102 for Evo Gymnastics, Danila Lakin. There they are, your 2023 U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior Men's High Bar medalists for 16-year age group. And now, the High Bar Awards for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior men in the 17 age category. Finishing in third place and earning the bronze medal with a score of 26.438 for Meadowlands, Hassan Edogdu. In second place and earning the silver medal with a score of 26.688. For Cypress Academy, Kiran Mandava. Finishing in first place and earning the gold medal with a top score of 27.518. Your champion for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. Here they are, the junior men's high bar medalists of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships 17-year age category. And now we continue with the presentation of the All-Around Awards for the Junior Men's Competition of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, starting with the 16-year-old division. With a total all-around score of 149.268, your bronze medalist in the all-around for Gym Tech, Ty Rodriguez. Finishing in second place and earning the silver medal with an all-around score of 156.753 for Evo Gymnastics, Danila Lakin. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior All-Around Champion for 16-year-olds, winning the gold medal with a score of 157.978 from Agility, Nathan Roman. Here they are, your 2023 U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior Men's All-Around Medalists, 16-year age group. And now, the All-Around Awards for Junior Men at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships in the 17-year-old category. Finishing in third place in the all-around competition and earning a bronze medal with a score of 156.881 for Cypress Academy, Xander Hong. Finishing in second place and earning the silver medal in the all-around with a score of 158.836 for Cypress Academy, Kiran Mandava. Finishing in first place and winning the gold medal with an all-around score of 165.516. Your U.S. Gymnastics Championship for Xfinity for Lakeshore, Kai Uemura. Here they are, your 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior All-Around Medalists. Gymnastics fans, in just a few moments, for the very first time ever, we will be introducing to you our 2023 Junior Men's National Team presented by Xfinity. At this time, we ask you to join us to recognize your 2023 Junior Men's National Team presented by Xfinity. Your 16-year division national team members are Grant Bowers, Ty Rodriguez, Danila Lakin, and Nathan Roman. Your 2023 Junior Men's National Team for 17-year-olds: Adam Lacombe, Xander Hong, Kieran Mandava, and Kai Uemura. Let's hear it for your 2023 USA Gymnastics Junior Men's National Team presented by Xfinity. One more time, let's hear it for Team USA. Great thanks to all the athletes who competed here at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships in San Jose, California, and congratulations to the medalists. Gymnastics fans, great thanks to you for joining us and bringing the noise to the SAP Center today. And thank you for your support of USA Gymnastics. We hope to see you later this afternoon for the continuation of Day 2 as we feature the senior men's competition with doors opening at 3 p.m. For a full list of events, visit usgymchampionships.com.